Hello! It is September 3rd, my third video of the day. Kind of hard to believe, isn't it? Sometimes I don't do 3 in a month. But as I've mentioned in my other videos, I have a show coming up, so now I'm glazing like a mad woman. So, yeah, you can see how dark it is outside. Now it's dark. It's only about 8 o'clock, I think. But, so I did, in my other videos, this whitewash. I did a video on that if you didn't see it. And so now I'm going to do a video painting these platters. Do you remember these platters I did? So this is Kentucky. If you didn't see me making them, this is Kentucky Mudworks Brown Bear clay. The mold I used was, it's a family pack boneless chicken breast from Tyson. I used their foam container for the chicken as a mold. Makes a nice size tray platter, and I made a whole bunch of different kinds of these little things, little dip bowls. And then these people can buy these for like probably $35, and then they can buy the inside little piece for maybe, I don't know, 8 or 10. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those yet. They'll be very simple though, so that they match all the platters that I do. So, like I said, once I formed this, I let it set up. It was a soft leather hard, and then I put slip on it, and I just used my Amaco number 8 fan brush, dipped it in my Stoneware white slip that I bought from my local clay supplier, and I just painted that on here. And it's nice. You kind of have to do that when you are using the dark clay. It makes the pattern show up, the design show up much better. So I will lower you down and let you see me paint with the underglaze. I'm using Amaco Velvet Underglazes and the lugs. As you can see, some of these say LUG lug on them, and that's just their, it's more of an opaque. But one thing I wanted to show you about this is if you've ever opened up a yellow, orange, red's not quite as bad, but the yellow, oh man. Oh God. Oh, see how black that is? Now, this is bright yellow. So, but don't be alarmed if yours gets the mold in there. I mean, look how dark that is. This thing smells like the sewer. Oh, yeah, it smells like, whew, like I just dug this out of my cabinet. But don't worry about that. Even though it smells bad, it is still good, so don't throw it away. And, you know, I could throw like a teaspoon of vinegar or bleach in here, and that would help. What I'm going to do is just set it on the shelf without the lid on it. I'm going to stir it up, and that will get all those moldy bacteria, really. I don't really know if it's really mold. It's really more like bacteria. And if you're allergic to that, you really don't want to breathe it in. But it's not going to hurt your glaze. So yeah, I just kind of stirred it up. So, but I'm going to leave it sit on the shelf without the lid, and hopefully I won't forget and get this down and end up with it all over my hair, right? All over the top of me. Which would, I'm going to set the lid on it upside down, so hopefully that will give me a clue when I go to reach for it, and just, because that stuff's expensive. I mean, that was $30.50. So the lugs, the Amaco underglazes that are the LUGs, are cheaper than the velvet underglazes, and I think it all has to do with how much pigment is in there. That's not my professional opinion. That's my personal opinion. So let's lower this down because my son's coming over. We're going to have movie night in a little bit. If you hear the dogs barking, you'll know he's here. So I'm gonna do a sunflower because I have so many people who want sunflowers. You guys are probably tired of watching me do sunflowers. So the first thing I always do is the inside. And so as you can see, I keep my underglazes in an old bead tray that has sealed sections, and you can buy those on Amazon. They're relatively inexpensive. Okay, so I'm going to get this. So this is just a brown. I probably mix other colors with it. Most of these are, some of them are straight out of the bottle. The oranges I've mixed up. I've added some orange to the red. So a lot of these are custom colors. This is bright yellow, avocado green. I know some of them, the purple, the violet. But like I said, I mix a lot of them myself, kind of. So it's doesn't really help you when I tell you the colors. So I'm trying to just kind of blend this in a little bit. I'm going to go back with my my liner, my black applicator bottle. Hopefully I'll have time to do that. If you watch my other video, I was going to use it for another video I did, and I could not get the pin out of it. When I pulled the pin off, the yellow ball came off, so I didn't use a needle nose pliers. But this is what I use in case I don't have time to do it. I use a Zyme applicator bottle. The tip is number 20. I use the Amaco Velvet Jet Black Underglaze in it. I water it down just a little bit. And if it starts clogging, just use a sieve and sieve it. Okay, so now, let's see. I'm going to get one of my trays here and mix this up a little bit. I don't want just straight. I've got a little bit of this soft yellow, and I got a little bit of the bright yellow. And I'm going to put a little bit of this brown over here, as you can see. So I'm just going to kind of make sure I have enough for the whole flower, because I don't want to have to remix it. Okay, so probably have maybe a little too much brown in there. A little too much brown. So I'm going to add a little more of this soft yellow. Okay. And like I said, I can always go back and do another layer, so I'm not worried about that. I'm going to set this down here. Wipe my hands off. And then I'm going to put the petals on. Not petals, the petals. I'll do the leaves later. Move this back just a little bit so you can see. Yeah, I've got way too much brown in here. I'm going to add a little more. In fact, I'm not liking how big this brush is either. I want to grab a smaller brush. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to get one this size, a little bit narrower than the other one. There we go. I have a little more control over this one. So by putting the slip on this dark clay, it'll really help the colors show up. Otherwise, as much as I love the dark clay, it does really suck the colors up. Sometimes you can just put a white underglaze down first if you know where your colors are going to be. I've done that before too, when I didn't use slip on the piece first. I'm going to put some brown over here in the corner. Mix some water with it, because I'm going to use that in a minute. Yeah, people seem to really love sunflowers. I think they're pretty universal flower. That's probably why. And they're kind of a happy flower. I'm going to add a touch of white to the tips. Just to elevate them a little bit. I don't want too much, because then it'll just look like the slip is showing through. And then now I'm going to take this brown and just kind of I want a lot of water in there. And then, you know, some of this will probably, some of the brown will probably burn out. Whenever you water down your underglazes and you're firing to cone 5 or 6, you know, it can burn out. Unless you're putting on 3 coats, but you know. It's really hard to tell when you're doing this kind of add-on here, how much will burn out and how much will not. Okay, I think I'm going to do a little more just of the yellow. On here. I kind of like when you can see some of the brush strokes. It makes it almost look like a oil painting. Or there we go. And I think what I'm going to do is mix some green in here. do have a little bit of chartreuse and a little bit of avocado green. And actually I'm going to change brushes. I'm going to get a narrower brush. Like I said, these are just cheap brushes from Hobby Lobby. I got a little bit of yellow on here. Get that off of there. Let's see. I hate to have two. That looks too uniform. They always say you should have 3 of everything. Or an odd number, I should really say. An odd number. Alright, and I put one more over here. Let's see. Put one more leaf over here. And then I'm going to let that dry for just a second and flip this over. And I'm actually going to do, let's see, well, just a little imprint on the back. I don't know how much the brown dots will show up, but and just put a couple petals. It's always nice to have a little surprise when somebody flips it over. Yeah, I got too much brown in here, but so I'll just and then I'll just put a leaf. I'm not going to do a whole flower. I usually just do just a little bit for a surprise. And you don't want it too thick on the bottom because it can stick a little bit if you get it too thick. So go. Alrighty. Now let's flip it back over. I think it'll be dry enough to go ahead and do the black underlining. I'm going to wash off. These trays turn out such a nice size. So that's how it looks without the black liner. It is pretty. I mean, I do like it, but it needs a little more. So like I said, I'm going to use my Zyme applicator bottle. I have to find a new pin for it. The pin that was in it got stuck, and the ones I have aren't quite, don't fit all the way down in there. Okay, so now just going to outline this. I think this really makes it pop. And I do mine all free form. I don't draw on my pots first or anything. I really don't want them all to be exactly the same, but they probably kind of look that way anyway when you've done them so many times. I'm gonna tickle my throat. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea. So I can tell that when I fill this up, goodness, that it's a little more watery than normal, because you can tell how much thicker the black line is. So I may take the tip off and let the water evaporate a little bit. It's getting clogged, which is pretty common. Without that needle being able to go all the way down in there, though, I don't know how I'm going to get it unclogged. This could be a problem. Oh, there we go. Okay. The needle that usually fits in here, I can get all the way down in there and unclog it. But this new needle, new pin, I should say, man. You have to be kind of careful, since I don't fire in between these, you have to be kind of careful that, well, I may have to clean this out somehow and come back. Because I can't get it quite unclogged. I have to find a skinnier pin that fits in there. I think what I'll do is, well, let's see, where did the other bottle go? Let's just use the designer liner. Because nothing's working out great on these videos today. Isn't that always the way? Not always the way. Sometimes the way. There we go. So, there we go. Almost done. Go. And that is about it. Let me do the back side. That one line. Yeah, that looks nice. Let's do the other side. I'll try to not touch anything that's wet. You can come see me in my show next weekend if you're local. Come say hi. It's at the V. Nicolette Winery. It's on Old Coleraine. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. like I said, it's next weekend, which is September, I think that's 10th and 11th. Now this one's clogging up. But this one, the pin fits down in there so I can unclog it. There we go. So there you go. So that's how it would look on the dark clay. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. So my name is right here, which you really can't see very well. I should just... That's why I didn't do the whole thing. There. My name shows up a little. My name shows up a little bit better there. But yes, I just wanted something. I guess it doesn't look too weird, does it? That it's half. Maybe I should do a couple more. Maybe I'll do a couple more, but that's on the bottom. So there you go. But that's how it will look, and that's how it will fire. The white slip will not move, and it makes it nice and bright. So there you go. Move my phone up. I took my phone cover off, so now it won't fall out of the holder thingy. So, oh yeah, I've had more phones fall out. Well, you'll see in my other videos. I got this new phone. It has this big phone case, and I don't know. But anyway, so that's how you paint a sunflower. Just have fun with it. And I will have some more videos coming out because I have a lot of stuff to glaze. So I will share those with you. All right. Well, have a great night. And thanks for watching. I appreciate all you guys subscribing to the channel and sending me all these positive messages. And it's just, you know, it's encouraging because, you know, and as an artist, we always beat ourselves up. And even when I opened up the kiln today, I think there was 5 pieces that had cracked for no reason, you know. I mean, I'm sure there was a reason, but it's always frustrating to try and figure out, you know, what I do wrong, because there's 5 other bowls that didn't have an S crack. Why did this bowl have an S crack? I do the same thing on all of them. You know, the important part though is to get them off the bat as soon as possible. So I probably, you know, maybe left on the bat too long. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Love all the comments, and hope it made you laugh a little bit. Have a great night.